Winners. It is Monday, August the 26th, and if we look at the pre-markets right now, we have a mixed bag here. The nasdaq is off slightly, but pretty much even. It's been coming back. It's been down more in the earlier session and coming back to even, looking like it might even turn positive by the open at 8:30. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones both in the green. The S&P only slightly, both around 0.1516% in the green, but looking like a positive start after an incredible day on Friday in the markets, with Jerome Powell basically announcing that it's time for interest rate cuts to occur, but not really hammering out at what size they're going to be and at what occurrence, in terms of whether it will only happen with one cut in September or whether there may be more cuts coming in the rest of the fall timeframe. So as we go into the markets today, we've had an attack over in the Middle East, or a bombing, and that sent crude up. Crude is up over $2 and what's up $2.29, so over $2. That's a significant move north, and I expect this to continue because they're far, far away from reaching a point where they're ready to negotiate and come to an agreement here. I mean, this is an issue that's been going on for decades. It's not going to get settled in the next few weeks or even the next quarter. So I do believe that we're going to see crude continue to go higher. That's going to bode well for oil stocks today. So if we take a look at some of our health and retail, Lulu is one of the companies that's reporting this week. It is down significantly from where it started the year. If we take a look at the year-to-date numbers here, you can see that this was a $500 stock at the beginning of the year, and it's now down under 300, in fact, under 270. So again, consumers really aren't spending right now on high-end products in mass. You do have the upper segment of the more wealthy demographics still spending in luxury items, retail, and travel, but the majority of the economy in the US has cut back on discretionary spending. So I think that's going to hurt Lulu's numbers this quarter. So I'd be staying away from that one right now. We also have Walmart climbed a little bit last week. I think Walmart's a good long-term buy, but I would honestly wait for that to pull back a little bit. I think we're going to see a pullback in the September-October timeframe, and that might be an interesting time to get in on that. We got the healthcare really doing nothing, pretty much flat here. JB Hunt was up $5 pre-market over the weekend and post-market close on Friday. It's now just up 1 cent. I see this stock actually coming down in price into the low 160s, if not mid 150s, as opposed to the 170 range where it sits today. And then CNR. So CNR has been forced back to work, as has CP, through the Canadian government. I think that may cause a bit of a bump upwards in this stock today. I don't think they're back to work yet, but they're getting things ready to start the railways again in Canada, and that may help CN over the course of this week. So that's one that I would keep an eye on. It may have a decent pop this week. I still think it's a little overpriced right now in the high 150s, much more attractive in the 140s or low 150s. And then we get into oil. I think we're going to have a phenomenal day in oil today because of the jump in crude. You can see that Chevron is already up $1.40. We've got Valero up $1.65. And these pre-market numbers have only been increasing as we move forward in the morning time frame. So I think that we're going to have a great day in crude, and it would be an interesting idea to buy in at open and just take your profits early when these jump, but don't expect them to just continue to rocket up. They may not. So be careful, manage your risk, put in a stop order so that you can get out above your purchase price and still make a profit. But I think there's an opportunity for a fair bit of profiting today within oil. So I'm going to be watching that sector closely. And then we've got technology. Micron is off pre-market. I think it's going to come back. This is going to get dragged up with NVIDIA releasing earnings on Wednesday. CrowdStrike also releasing earnings on Wednesday. So we've got that coming out. I would stay away from CrowdStrike because I do believe that CrowdStrike is going to be having some issues based on the global outage this year. And I think that's going to affect its numbers in the current quarter. And then we also have CRM on Wednesday announcing, and I think CRM has the potential to move in the $15 or $16 range on a positive forecast and future growth and future prospects when it comes out this Wednesday. But it's really going to be overshadowed by NVIDIA, which is also coming out after close on Wednesday. And as we scroll down and take a look at NVIDIA, NVIDIA's had a big run up since the yen meltdown 2 weeks ago, Monday, but it's definitely making its way back. I think it's got some room to move there, probably in the $10 to $15 range when we hit earnings here. So currently at 129.57 pre-market, up 20 cents from the close. I can see this pulling back to the 127 range in the next day or two pre-earnings release, and then making a big jump after earnings on Wednesday and into the open on Thursday. And then we have TSM. TSM is off. This is one that I would definitely look at acquiring. I own TSM right now. If it goes down, I think when NVIDIA releases, it is only going to go upwards and be pulled upwards with NVIDIA. And then as we move into finance, we've got a number of companies here doing well. SoFi has had a great couple of months. This one looks like it's up 8 cents pre-market. Had a great week, a great Friday last Friday with a gain of 33 cents. We've got some of the Canadian banks, most of them, in fact, reporting this week. So I think there'll be some positive results for Royal and for Bank of Nova Scotia as well as CIBC. But I'd stay away from Bank of Montreal right now. And then we have the big U.S. names. So J.P. Morgan up pre-market. I think, although I think this is overpriced, I'd wait for a pullback on J.P. Morgan. I do like Morgan Stanley where it is right now and think it's got room to run to 106. And I think Goldman's got room to run up to the 530s, which I would expect it would do in the next couple of months leading into its October earnings release. So that's where we are today. Good luck with your trades. If you're liking these videos, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Love to hear from you if there's something you'd like me to cover.